Welcome back to Listen to the Words. I am your host, Andres, and I am joined by my new co-host. We fired Kelly, my wife. She's no longer on the show. She actually no longer lives here either. Totally kidding. No. Kelly's at work, and I'm off this entire week, so me and Sophia decided to record the podcast on our own.
Yeah.
So,
hi, I'm Sophia. It's nice to meet you.
This is my daughter, Sophia. She's the coolest person I know.
I am.
Let me turn off the theme song. There we go. We're good now.
Okay.
So, we just did an episode of Would You Rather, the game that everybody's talking about.
Yep.
They sponsor us. No, they don't.
They don't.
At this point, they should because we promote them so much. Actually, I need to
like 3 times.
But we've done other variations of the Would You Rather game with the other deck of cards. But I'm gonna reach out to them and be like, hey, we use you on the podcast.
Hey, Mr. Rather, can you?
That'd be funny, Mr. Rather. Can you sponsor us? I don't need much, just a couple bucks to make this all worthwhile. But we decided to record another episode. You want to talk about stuff that you've written in the past and your ideas for a spin-off show, Wreck-It Ralph, and other Disney properties, and you have original characters that you work on. So we will talk about that. And do we have to do a disclaimer of anything, any sorts? We don't own any of these Disney properties.
We don't own Wreck-It Ralph. So do you want me to summarize my spin-off series idea or the one I did the PowerPoint about?
We could do the spin-off series then.
All right.
Let's start off with that.
So
explain what Wreck-It Ralph means to you.
Wreck-It Ralph is my favorite movie.
Not just Disney movie. Just your favorite movie.
In general.
In general.
Movie.
Yep.
Megamind is a close second.
Megamind's a good one.
Megamind is a very close second.
Just not that sequel.
Dad couldn't even finish it.
Look, I was so high on chemo drugs that usually I could plow through everything, but that day I was like, turn this crap off. I can't.
Do you want to try again one day?
No, I wouldn't. I would really not like to because it is really, really bad.
I should try.
I would much rather watch those Danny Gonzalez videos of the daddy finger, daddy finger. I would much rather see those.
Yeah.
Than watch Megamind Part 2.
I think I could rewrite Megamind 2. I think I could do it.
So I think the AI on my iPhone could rewrite Megamind better than that crap.
Most likely.
Because that was it wasn't right.
It wasn't.
I don't know why they did what they did. It's just
they added a child, which I think I can make that child a better character.
But they retconned everything.
They did.
Like literally everything that they did on the first movie was worthless.
Yep.
It never happened.
They renamed Minion. They named him Chum.
I mean, it was just
because he's a fish doesn't mean he's a chum.
Just not good. Not good at all.
It wasn't good.
So, Wreck-It Ralph is your favorite movie of all time.
Of all time.
It's a really good movie.
It's amazing.
Part 2, not so much.
Part 2, I don't like. Look, I will say that I hate that movie. A lot of my hatred for that movie is comical. It's meant to be comedic, but it's fine on its own, but it's a horrible sequel to Wreck-It Ralph.
They really could have just made brand new characters or thrown, you know what would have been better, honestly?
What?
Mickey Mouse.
Yes.
Mickey Breaks the Internet.
Mickey Breaks the Internet. Mickey and Oswald are the ones that split up.
We literally just wrote a better Wreck-It Ralph Part 2.
We just fixed Ralph Breaks the Internet. Yeah. Just take away
Mickey
the Wreck-It Ralph characters.
Yeah. That would have worked so much better.
Oswald takes Ralph. Oswald is clingy towards Mickey, and then Mickey leaves to start up the company with Walt.
Nailed it.
And then there's a ton of foreshadowing for all the movies and everything.
Yeah, that would have been a lot better.
That would have been better than Wish for a 100th anniversary movie. We like Wish. I may insult Wish. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't a good 100th anniversary movie.
I need to rewatch it because I think I slept through part of it. I think I got a 2 Z's.
Yeah. But
I think I slept for 20 minutes on that one.
But yeah, I think a Mickey Mouse movie would have been better for the 100th anniversary.
I fully agree with that. A Mickey Mouse movie where they get the whole original gang.
An adaptation of Epic Mickey.
No.
Movie
No.
adaptation. It could
No,
have worked.
I think you if you bring the original gang, Mickey, Donald, Minnie, Goofy, Pluto. I mean, the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Just make a movie about just them.
Yep.
I think it would have been better.
Oswald's in
And
it.
Oswald makes a cameo.
Or you can have
Oswald's the villain.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking that Julius the cat, the original character, is the villain, and he gets a redemption arc at the end.
Makes sense.
Mickey has to reunite with his long lost sibling, and they all have to team up to beat Julius, and then eventually he gets a redemption arc at the end.
Yeah, I like that. That sounds good.
I gotta write that one day.
Yep. So
probably won't happen because I can't commit to anything.
So tell me about your Wreck-It Ralph sequel spin-off series of sorts.
So I'm sure I don't need to summarize Wreck-It Ralph, and I'm not going to summarize Ralph Breaks the Internet because,
It was awful.
Yeah. So basically, I'm just working off the outline for it that I made because, I didn't actually end up finishing.
Okay, that's fine.
But, I'm just going to... I have, a general idea of how it goes.
Tell me.
So this is meant to be inspired by, the greats of Disney Channel. It's meant to be a series in the vein of, Tangled the series, Amphibia.
Gravity Falls.
Gravity Falls, my beloved.
Yep.
I love Gravity Falls so much.
It's a good one, actually.
I really enjoyed Gravity
I really
Falls.
enjoyed that show a lot. All right, so tell me about the show.
So, a pattern I've noticed for animated Disney shows is that they typically have 20 episode seasons.
Each season consisting of 20 episodes
Yes.
for a total of 60 episodes.
Yeah.
Got it.
So, usually in these
Was Gravity Falls that long?
No, it was 2 seasons.
Okay, I was like, that didn't feel like 20 seasons.
Yeah,
It was like 25 episodes, I think. That's it.
it was 40 episodes.
Really? Oh, wow. They went by fast.
So, in these shows with the 3 seasons, season 1 is really slice of life. Season 2 is where the plot starts building up and we get more story and world building and, children get stabbed like a certain character in Amphibia, whom I will not name because I don't want to spoil it. But sorry, someone gets stabbed in that show. And then season 3 is where everything just goes insane.
Yep.
The world is ending. People are dying. The frogs are invading Earth. The triangles are invading.
All right.
So I wanted to go with that pattern for this outline as well. 3 seasons for a Wreck-It Ralph show.
Okay.
Season 1. The main plot for the first half is that Vanellope, who left the arcade at the end of the second movie, she's returned to the arcade, and now everyone's gonna get some fun shenanigans together.
Yeah.
We get Sonic. I love Sonic. He'd be there. I can guarantee.
He is in Wreck-It Ralph, isn't he?
He's in both, actually.
Is he in both? I didn't remember him being in part 2.
Yeah, he was in part 2. A bit more than part 1.
Really?
Yeah. So, yeah, Sonic is part of Ralph's book club that he's in.
Okay.
I'm not even joking. And he explains the internet, which,
That's right, yeah.
Of course he'd explain the internet. He has a certain history with the internet.
I forgot about that, okay.
So, everyone's happy. We get a bit of lore sprinkled in. Like I think there'd be a flashback episode to the 80s, back before Turbo, went crazy and murdered those people. And, everyone's being buddies and pals. I think there would be a small episode of Felix and Turbo being buddies, friends, because I think that's cute. I think that's a wholesome idea.
Fix it, Felix and Turbo.
Yeah,
the villain from the first one.
Yes.
Okay.
I think that's a wholesome idea of them being friends before everything happened, and it makes the movie even a bit more sad too.
But he would be. Yeah. You're.
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, but why? I forgot. When you said Turbo,
you thought the snail.
I was thinking King Candy.
Yeah.
And I was like, why would he? That game didn't come out until later on. But I forgot there's a whole twist about Turbo. Yeah. So yes,
Turbo's my favorite character in that movie, if you can't tell. But Vanellope is second favorite. Yeah. I love Vanellope with all my heart.
So Turbo, before he became a villain, I mean, we're not spoiling anything. If you haven't seen the movie, so be it.
It's been out for 12 years.
So Turbo becomes a villain. So you want a prequel movie of Fix It Felix, the protagonist of the Wreck-It Ralph video game, to be buddies with.
Yeah,
Turbo.
not a movie, but at least one episode of season 1 of the show would be a little flashback episode where we find out what Turbo was like before he lost it and went insane.
Yep.
So
And like you said, him and Fix It Felix would probably be buddy.
yeah, because they were neighbors.
Yep.
Fix It Felix Jr. was like in the middle of the arcade, and Turbo's right next to it.
Yep.
And I think that makes the movie like really sad if they were friends. And then 30 years later, Felix thinks Turbo's dead. And then all of a sudden he sees Turbo, his old friend, trying to bash a child's face in.
And then he watches him die when he flies into the Mentos Coca-Cola mix.
Yeah.
Huh.
I think that's
that's a good one.
That makes it really sad.
Or they're brothers.
Well, they could technically, like, you could interpret their relationship
maybe,
however the heck
or
you
maybe
want.
they're made by the same video game production company, like Sega.
I think they are. Like I'm not even joking. In universe, Fix Felix Jr., Turbo Time, Sugar Rush, Heroes Duty, they're all made by the same company. Toby Comey. That's what it's called.
Toby Comey?
Yeah.
Is that not the company that was in Big Hero 6?
Possibly. It's been a minute since I've seen Big Hero 6. Maybe.
It's all connected.
I
I bet you that company is a sponsor on one of the cars in Cars.
That would be funny. No, Cars came out beforehand, though.
Oh, okay.
It could be in one of the sequels, though. It's been a minute since I've seen any of those movies.
Yep.
But, so yeah, there'd be a little flashback episode, because I think that'd be, sweet.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh no, wait.
Yeah.
Wait, he loses it and kills people. Oh no.
I like that.
So, it's all shenanigans for the first half of the first season. Second half of the season, however, is slightly less shenanigans.
Okay.
Litwack announces that he's shutting down the arcade.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. So thus, the arcade characters have to try to save the arcade for the rest of the season, advertising on the internet and all that stuff. So let me go down real quick to all of my episodes. So there would be a Vocaloid episode.
Okay.
Because I love Vocaloid, and honestly, you can't have the internet without Hatsune Miku. It's just a fact of life.
Yep.
You can't.
Can you explain what Vocaloids is for the people who don't know what that is and or are old like me?
Yeah, so Vocaloid is pretty much just like an umbrella term. People use it as an umbrella term for vocal synthesizers, which people use their voices, they put them into these like machines, and you can buy them, and they have little characters to advertise them, like Hatsune Miku. You can buy them and you can use them to make music. Like those machines, you can mix them up and
like my podcast machine.
They'll be the voices for your songs.
Yep.
And it sounds really good.
Yep.
So
you just played a cover of Ocean Avenue by Yellowcard for me of Vocaloid.
It was Miku.
Miku, okay.
Yeah, it was Miku.
It was actually pretty good.
Yep. See, Miku is amazing.
Yep. So now back into the show.
So there would be an episode about lost media.
Okay.
It'd be about Felix and Calhoun because they're great. There'd be an episode about sequels and reboots to video games. Like Vanellope discovers different reboots and sequels. I would think in that episode she would meet a different version of Turbo.
Ooh.
Or a different version of herself. They all have to team up.
Because she's not the only Vanellope out there.
Yeah, and Turbo isn't the only Turbo out there. Like, there could be a well-adjusted Turbo out there.
That kind of blew my mind right now. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Huh.
But yeah, there would be another Turbo out there, and Vanellope would meet him, and she's like, "Oh my god, this."
They fall in love.
No, Turbo's like a 30-year-old man, and
we don't know that.
Not. Well, we don't know that, but I tend to think of him as like in his 30s, or something. So, personally, for me, that concept kind of weirds me out.
Yeah,
but,
that makes sense. Or they can be best friends. They can be buddies. Or in the alternate universe, Turbo protects her like Wreck-It Ralph protected her.
God, you're hurting my heart.
Becomes her savior.
Oh my god.
And Ralph is the villain.
I'm pretty sure someone on Tumblr made a universe like that. I'm not even joking.
Mommy's on the way home.
Okay. So there would also be an episode, like it would be like the second to last episode
Go ahead.
Where Ralph and Mario have to team up to make different videos to try to save the arcade.
Okay.
Like
Mario, like Super Mario Brothers.
Yes.
Okay.
Like that Mario. So they have to make as many videos as possible to save the arcade, promote the place. It would all fail, by the way. The arcade would not be saved. Litwack's like, I want to retire. I don't want the arcade to become like a cash grab. I want it to be like a home for people, and it's been that for like 40 plus years.
Yeah.
So he shuts it down in the arcade, and everyone has to move onto the internet. So, so the last episode would just be everyone like packing up to go to the internet. Everyone gets to the internet, to the router, and they leave. And right before Ralph sees the internet once again, cut to black, cliffhanger time. You don't get a second season for like a year.
Or 2 years, like Arcane did.
Yeah. Oh my god. No, 3 years for Arcane.
Was it 3? Jeez.
I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah, it was 3 years because it came out in 2021.
Yeah.
Arcane was really good.
Okay, so
but this isn't about Arcane. So season 2, first episode. Ralph wakes up in a mysterious location, and someone's poking at him with a stick.
Mm-hmm.
So he thinks it's Vanellope because she would poke people with sticks. Vanellope's just like that. I love her. So, but when his vision clears up, it's
dun, dun, dun.
Drum roll,
Hold on,
please.
do I have a drum roll? No, I don't. I don't have one.
Dun, 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 dun,
I just
Turbo.
have this.
It's Turbo. We should not be clapping for Turbo. We shouldn't be clapping for him. I love him, but we shouldn't be clapping for him. And piece of crap lives somehow.
But it's the Turbo that perished in the first movie.
Yes.
Okay.
Somehow he lived. So Ralph naturally freaks out, and so does Turbo, because they both realize, oh god, it's the same Turbo.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same one that I hate.
Is he in arachnid form, or is he just regular?
He's just normal.
Okay.
He's normal. But he's kind of glitchy though, so
Okay, so like when he burnt up in the the Coca-Cola Mentos thing,
his code's all messed up.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's all messed up. So Ralph doesn't know where he is, and neither does Turbo. But all we know here is that Turbo's been in this mysterious location a lot longer than Ralph has.
Mm-hmm.
So how long, you ask? Since the end of Ralph Breaks the Internet.
Jeez.
And as I'm writing this, that's almost 6 years ago.
Jeez.
Wait, no, that is 6 years ago.
Yeah. Wow. Half your life.
Yep. So my man's been stuck for a while. Free him. He's done nothing wrong. He has committed so many war crimes.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, Ralph gets worried about Vanellope because, he doesn't know where she is.
Yeah.
That's like his kid. In this series, Ralph and Vanellope's relationship would be like an uncle or father-daughter relationship.
Yeah.
Instead of the weird best friend thing they had going on in the second movie.
Yeah.
Because that's how I see the relationship. Father-daughter thing. Because I think that's wholesome.
It is.
So he makes an agreement with Turbo out of desperation, mind you. If Turbo helps Ralph find his way out of here, Ralph won't pummel him to death.
Yeah. Well, that's a good deal.
So Turbo decides completely willingly, out of the goodness of his heart, to help Ralph. There's very little goodness in this man's heart at this current point in time.
It's all a ploy.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say anything.
All right, we'll see.
Not yet.
We're just gonna talk about this for this episode because we gotta finish before mommy gets here. Because once mom walks through the door, the dog's gonna go completely crazy.
So
we'll do this season and the next season, and then we'll call it a day for another episode. We'll do another episode, another show.
Yeah.
Yep.
So next episode, they find Vanellope, and her, Turbo, and Ralph got a race. Vanellope beats... Oh, actually, Ralph beats them both.
Mm-hmm.
I think that'd be funny. And then, I don't know, they beat Turbo up, I guess.
Yeah.
Why the heck not?
Okay.
I think Vanellope deserves to beat him up after he tried to bash her face and kill her multiple times.
Yeah.
I think she deserves that. So eventually, they'd find Felix. I don't know what happens in this episode where they find Felix. Basically, each episode they're in a new location. It's like
because they're bouncing around the router.
Not really, no.
Okay.
They're not in the router. They're just in like different weird locations, and
So when they went into the router, they got dispersed to different video games and different locations and stuff.
That's what it seems like at first.
The cat's in the back, not in our backyard, but it would be behind our fence line.
It's a good theory, but that's not what's going on.
Okay.
So eventually they'd find Calhoun eventually. And everyone's happy. Turbo's getting a little bit of a redemption arc. Everyone's joyous. We're all happy.
Yeah.
But now Calhoun tried to shoot Turbo, but you know what? It's all good.
Yeah.
So, Turbo's not doing so good. He's glitching and all that jazz. So basically, the situation they're in is that they're in one game.
Mm-hmm.
It's this mysterious game. No one knows how they're there.
They're in Mortal Kombat.
But
you just hear, finish him. Hold on. Finish. What? No, wrong button. Oh, man. It's this one. Finish him.
But that's what Calhoun heard when she saw Turbo finish him.
Yeah.
kill the man. So yeah, they're on this mysterious game, but every single time they get to the end of like a level, they get into this elevator and they go up, and it's another level that they have to beat and get to the elevator again.
Okay.
So it's like each episode they have to like figure out what the goal of this level is, how to beat it, how to get to the elevator. There would be one episode where they're in like a theme park, and then the roller coaster they're on just collapses while they're on it.
Jeez.
It'd be a giant ride, the cycling reference. Turbo would almost get decapitated. Bro almost started asking why, Lord. So eventually the gang makes it to the end, and we're gonna meet our villains. So let me explain.
Which we haven't seen yet.
We haven't seen these villains yet. We've had little hints towards them, like sprinkled in, but we haven't seen the villains yet. There was one episode in the arcade where, like in the flashback episode, we'd see glimpses of them. So they're from the arcade. I will tell you this right now.
From the original arcade.
They are from the original arcade. And they have a bit of a connection to Turbo.
It's Ryu and Ken from Street Fighter. No.
The Street Fighter guys are in charge of this. Because, you know, the people behind Street Fighter would love their characters to be seen in that way.
That'd be funny.
No, it's actually the other two racers from Turbo's game.
Oh. Interesting.
So, the concept I have for them
So
is,
the whole game was corrupt. Or they got angry when they got unplugged.
Let me explain.
Yeah.
So, back in the 80s, when Turbo Time was plugged in and everything was going good, the twins, these other two racers, they were just completely ignored.
Mm-hmm.
No one paid attention to them. Everyone just brushed them aside. And especially when Turbo, went Turbo and killed all those people, they were presumed dead, but they lived. They survived. They're survivors. They're not going to give up.
Yeah. Good one. I like that.
So, naturally, they were very angry at Turbo because, he kind of crashed the whole game and almost got them killed.
Mm-hmm.
And so, for years, they were just lurking in the arcade, hiding away, letting everyone think they were dead, like Turbo did.
Mm-hmm.
It's a miracle they didn't encounter one another.
Yeah.
But eventually, they found out Turbo was still alive. After the events of the movie, they found out he was still alive.
Yeah.
His code was like locked up in the code room because he wasn't able to finish respawning in between. The Sugar Rush had to like be able to fix all his code because it was all mangled. Which it wasn't able to completely because the game got reset and it didn't know what to do with him anymore because he wasn't part of it. And so the twins found him in the code room, dragged him onto the internet, boom shakalaka, set up this whole entire thing where basically they grabbed different like contestants and junk to entertain the masses. So they shoved them into this mysterious game that they built up, and they they make them do games, and once they make it to the end, they kill them.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, because, they got to get new stars for the new season.
Yeah, that's true. All right.
Each season runs like a year.
Gotcha.
They make like deals, like they're Bill Cipher or something with these contestants. Like, hey, if you come with us, we can help you entertain everyone once more. And
interesting.
A year later, they're
dead.
So,
all right.
So, they have a bit of a vendetta against her.
And this is the end of season 2 already?
Yeah, this is the end of season 2.
So we're going to season 3, where your final season.
Yep.
All right.
So
bring it home.
The gang is able to fight off the twins.
Okay. Do you have the twins have names?
To be determined. 1 and 2.
1 and 2. Okay.
Yeah, 1 and 2. Because we get 1, 2, and then Turbo. He has a little T on his helmet, so that could stand for 3 as well.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense.
I am a genius.
Yeah. Okay.
So season 3 is they've won the battle. The gang has won the battle, but they haven't won the war.
Mm-mm.
So season 3 is pretty much just the gang on the run, trying to find everyone else from the arcade and anyone willing to help them. So what the twins are going to do is their big evil scheme is they're going to grab Turbo, they're going to drag him back, they're going to do whatever it takes to drag this man back. They will wipe his memories over and over and over again, but they're not going to kill him. They're not getting rid of him ever because they want him to suffer.
Okay.
Because he thrives on attention.
Yep.
And they're going to isolate this man as long as possible. They decided to bring in Ralph and Vanellope and Calhoun and Felix because they didn't kill Turbo off for good.
Okay.
And they're like, okay, you should have killed him off for good.
Yeah.
So they threw them in. You know what? We got to
terminate him.
Yeah. Terminate him.
Yeah.
So they threw them in because you know what? They got to get the ratings up. And so that's why all of them are involved. And they're just going to keep bringing Turbo back.
Okay.
So what they're going to do is they're pretty much going to sew back together all of the people, all of their previous stars that they've terminated. They're going to reprogram them, and all those previous stars are going after the gang.
Okay.
So each episode will be them defeating one of these stars.
Oh, okay. It's a Hunger Games status.
Pretty much, yeah.
Gotcha. So they're going to bring back all like the previous winners?
Yeah, all the previous contestants, because none of them actually won.
Gotcha.
They got terminated at the end of each season.
And then what's the end game?
The end game.
Ralph is like, NPCs, assemble.
What are we? Some kind of League of Legends?
What's the end game?
So the end game, everyone, meets up. All the previous contestants, they've been defeated in some way. Some of them, they got to get rid of them, or some of them they're able to bring back to normal.
Yeah.
Because all of them got like reprogrammed. Their head, they mess with their heads. Turbo kind of lost it a little bit in season 3. Because, the twins are after him. They've been wiping his memories for God knows how long. And now they're after him again. They want to bring him back, but they're not going to kill him.
Yeah.
And he's so paranoid during this season. So, like, he goes full on conspiracy theorist status. I'm not even joking. So, first he was Cabinet Man, now he's the touch-tone telephone.
All right.
It makes sense.
Okay.
I promise that joke makes sense.
Okay.
But, so, they're eventually going to beat them. I actually don't know how they beat the twins.
Okay. That's for you to decide later on.
I'll decide later on when I actually finish writing this thing.
Okay.
But, so, they beat the villains. Maybe they die, maybe they don't. I don't know. The gang is gonna live. Like, Ralph, Felix, Vanellope, Calhoun, they're all gonna live. They're fine. The twins, on the other hand, I have not decided how they get defeated.
Okay, maybe they don't. Maybe they don't.
Maybe
they become good.
Maybe
they get second chances.
Yeah. Well, I don't think you can really give them a second chance at that point.
Hey, who knows?
Turbo kind of gets redeemed a little bit.
Okay.
He's like on decent terms with everyone. I honestly think at the end he just disappear. Like everyone.
Turbo?
Yeah, Turbo.
Okay.
He just disappeared. Everyone's celebrating and stuff. And at the end of it, they realize, wait, where'd Turbo go? Where'd he go? And then he's just gone. No one knows where he went.
To be found in season 4 or the spin-off show, Turbo the series.
Oh my god.
It's doable. It's doable.
But hey, I think the best ending for him would be to leave it ambiguous.
Yeah.
He's gone somewhere else. And maybe
he'll just pop in from time to time, different things.
Maybe.
Okay.
Like he just have little cameos in different Disney shows and stuff.
Why not? He makes a little cameo in Big Hero 6. Like
in a different Disney show, someone's like on their computer and in the corner of the screen, like Turbo pops in for a second. Or like characters get stuck in a video game and he pops in to help them out.
Or in Inside Out, Riley goes to the arcade on her first date and she starts playing Turbo the game. Or she starts playing Sugar Rush.
Yeah.
You never know.
Well, the arcade got shut down at the end of the series, though. So.
But maybe they open. Maybe she finds a throwback. She buys the old cabinet.
Yeah. She buys his old arcade.
Or
cabinet.
the place we went to in North Carolina where they have all these old arcade games. I forgot what it's called. The North Carolina Video Game Museum or something.
I think so.
You just pay a fee and you just get to play all these arcade games from like the 70s to today. It's amazing.
Yeah.
We gotta go back there. That was fun.
Yeah. So. That's the series.
Okay.
That's my idea for a Wreck-It Ralph
series. This is patented, okay? We own the rights to the story, not the characters.
Not the characters,
but the story. So Disney, if you want to talk, we can talk money. And then Sophia, I would be her representation. I need just a 10% cut, and the rest of it goes to her schooling, her education.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like it.
Thank you.
It's a good idea. And it'd be a cool little spin-off show. I mean, they'd be stupid not to do something. Because the character's there.
Like, because Tangled the series got a spin-off show.
Yeah.
This was mainly inspired by Tangled the series.
Yep.
Because I wrote this before we watched Gravity Falls. Like, I had a vague understanding of Gravity Falls, but I hadn't actually watched it at that point in time. But it was mainly inspired by Tangled the series and Amphibia. And DuckTales a little bit.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot.
But yeah, that's my idea for a Wreck-It Ralph series.
Yeah. I like it.
Thank you.
But I think we'll leave it at that because we have to get... Mommy's going to be home in a few minutes. And... we got stuff to do.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, oh yeah, the show Instagram is Listen to the Words Podcast. Listen to the Words Podcast. The show email is listen to the words pod at gmail.com. Kelly, our original co-host, which she'll be back in the next episode, I promise, is listen to the words pod Kelly at gmail.com. So with that being said, we're going to sign off. You want to sign off with saying something cool?
Stay turbotastic.
Stay turbotastic. And I'm going to say, I'm going to wreck it.